Hi, this is Mark from myprojectsource.com. I hope you enjoy this excerpt from my new class, PMP Made Easy. So let's get started. Okay, I'd like to touch base with you on the benefits of getting your PMP. So here I've listed 5 benefits that I can think of or I'm aware of regarding getting your PMP. And it's really important to remember there are a lot of benefits to getting your PMP, because you do have to put the effort in. And without really keeping always your focus on the fact that there's benefits, it's easy to kind of lose your way and not continue forward. So let's always keep in mind the benefits here of getting your PMP. First benefit is to learn a common and standardized vocabulary of project management. I've had a lot of people in my classes tell me that, they sit in meetings, they hear all these project management terms, and it just kind of made them feel like they weren't in the know. And they came to the class and said, I got to learn all this terminology because I can't continue to sit in these meetings and not know what people are talking about. So, really, whether you're going to get your certification or not, understanding the vocabulary of project management, if you're going to project management meetings, if you're going to program management meetings and giving updates to project managers, or you're a project manager yourself or a program manager, or you want to be part of the PMO, then learning that standardized vocabulary, of course, is critical to your own success and your own ability just to navigate the landscape of project management. Okay, so that's the first one. Second, learn about best practices across many different industries. So the way the PMBOK, or Project Management Body of Knowledge, which you're going to study, was put together was that many different industries came together. They all brought in their best practices across many industries, and they put them into the industry standard PMBOK. And then that's what you're going to learn. So you're going to learn a lot of best practices that you can use on your projects at one time or another. It doesn't mean that you're going to use all of them. Probably what you're going to learn in this class is going to be way more than what you need, but that's probably better than way less. So you're definitely going to learn a lot of best practices that you can use in your projects. Number 3, gain maturity and perspective in project management. What do I mean there? Well, most of us are only in our careers exposed to parts of projects, or we're just exposed to small projects, or we're exposed to big projects but we're only on acquisition, or we're only in development, or we're only in manufacturing. So a lot of times we don't see the whole life cycle of project management, or if we do, we see it on a smaller project. And the what you're going to learn in here is kind of like from the full scale of project management, from how to run small, medium, and very large projects. And you'll also see from beginning to end. So just by going through this class, you will gain maturity and perspective in project management. You'll see, more of the big picture, more what different people are doing across different industries, and what might be available to you in terms of best practices, and to think about concepts that you may have kind of noticed in projects, but really couldn't put a name to it, or really couldn't kind of conceptualize it because you didn't have the maturity. But going through this is going to kind of accelerate your maturity, because you're going to be able to describe a concept, describe a best practice, and move forward on your ability to apply it. So gain maturity, that's number 3. Number 4, gain comfort in scaling project management methods from small, medium, large, ultra large projects, etc. As I mentioned here in the last one, the PMBOK is written all the way up to the very large projects. So really everything's in there, and really all you have to do is kind of scale it back or scale it down to apply it to smaller projects. And number 5, it's an internationally recognized certification by customers, suppliers, and partners, so you'll be able to talk across industries to either your customers, your suppliers, your partners, other people also in your own organization, to be able to use the terminology and give you comfort to work in the industry of project management. All right, so we looked at the benefits in terms of what it can do for your knowledge. Now let's take a look at some salary comparisons that are out there. If you're a numbers type of person, this slide is for you. This is based on the 2017 PMI Salary Survey, which is the 10th time they've done a 10th edition for the U.S. They actually do it for every country. If you're a PMI member, you can download this complete survey for free and look at all the different countries if you're going to be working in a different country other than the U.S. So what they do is they look at all project managers and they look at the difference between people with a PMP versus without a PMP. And with a PMP, their survey came back with a median salary of $115,000. And I think the range is, somewhere between 70 and maybe upwards of 170,000. So there is a wide range. But if you just look at the averages here, it kind of tells you the story. With a PMP credential, 115,000. Without a PMP credential, the median salary is 92,000. So that's a $23,000 difference, regardless of where you are on the spectrum, which is going to depend on what kind of project manager and what industry. But with that kind of difference, that's a pretty big difference, especially if you look over somebody's career. Whether you got 20 more years or 15 more years in your career or 10 more years. Just look at example, 20 years without even taking in the time value of money and compound interest and anything like that. But that would be $460,000 difference without considering compound interest. So, this is something that's, kind of a cumulative effect. So it may not have a real big difference right on day one when you get that PMP. But when you start navigating your career over time and you're getting bumped up and you're getting doors are opening and maybe you switch to a different department or you even switch to a different company or something like that. And a lot of my students have. A lot of my students have switched. And you see that, it can make a really big difference over your career. All right, here's another way to look at the benefits in terms of salary. If you happen to be in the IT space and you're in the IT world, then there's different certifications you can get as an IT professional. And you can see this ranking ranked the PMP and the CAPM at the top versus all these other different certifications that you can get as an IT professional. So just one more way to look at the value of the PMP. If you would like to start your free trial of PMP Made Easy, that includes unlimited access to the first 4 modules of the course, go to www.myprojectsource.com/easy. That's www.myprojectsource.com/easy.